I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Everyone that get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm excited about talking to you guys today. I'm gonna pull up some of the older comments in a second. But I'm excited about this. I have been keeping up with the have and have-nots throughout the entire show, and I posted in my community tab today, and you guys was like, we want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. I don't get a chance to talk to people about this show a lot because a lot of people don't watch it. But I was excited when I actually posted about it today, and you guys were like, no, we want to talk about it. So we are definitely going to get into it. So before we do all that, let's go ahead and take care of the business. If you want to join my tribe, stand by my side. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. I want to say what's up to all of my true viewers and hello to all the new viewers. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications. Make sure you turn them on to all. Like the video, comment in the chat, and if you're tuning in late, comment in the comment section. And we're ready to go. So before we do that, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me pull up some of these. Wait, I'm gonna pull up the beginning ones because this is a lot to hear. Okay, here we go. Hey, Dulcinea. Karen. Hey, Princess. Hey. That was a way too much. I was like, really? Yes. I'm actually, let me do it now. I'm actually going to drop the link down in the chat because I want y'all to come up and talk about this with me. Where's it at? Copy. And if one of my mods can pin this or do it, let me know if I have to do it. I will. I'm so glad to get processed this way, y'all. Yes. Hey, SoDebNair and everyone. Hello. Hey, so what's going on, Portia? And there was a biggie. It was all a dream. Listen, it was all a dream, and we not even reading that Word of magazine. This was the worst finale ever. Very disappointing. It was. Hey, y'all. Hello, everyone. Hey, SoDebNair, everyone. Akron, Ohio. Oh, my godson lives in Akron. Atlanta, DC. We got Miami 305, California, Solomon's Island, Maryland. Okay, I never even heard of that. I used to live in Maryland. I didn't know you would. I don't know where that's at. Texas. That I caught a video. It definitely was the fun. Yes. NY, New York. Okay, New York. Hey, Deb. Hey, what's going on? Hey, boo. From Dallas. Oh, that's my link. Okay. So if y'all want to join, let me see if one of my mods pinned it, because if not, I'll do it. Because I don't know if y'all have to do it or me. But I just pinned it. Okay, I see it now. Okay. So I really want to talk about this because y'all, I've been following this show since it started. It's been a lot to deal with. Because one, I think someone on the show said something about it being like 3 months. And y'all know this has been going on for almost 6 or 7 or 8. Almost it's been 10 years. We've only made it through 3 months. And I get that this was built to be like around a soap opera, but this finale, I just expected so much more. I did. And I really can't help the fact that I was just very, very, very extremely disappointed. Even though it's been very disappointing because I know Tyler Perry's writing is hard to deal with. This was just not what I expected. Thank you. I think it's Dana for becoming a member to my channel. I so love you for this, and welcome to the tribe. It was a lot to deal with, and so I want to walk through it, and let's talk about it. And so at the beginning, we know that they were dealing with Wyatt and Wyatt overdosing. Now, Wyatt overdosing, eventually this was going to happen. We all knew this. Okay, Val. Yes. Thank you.
Hey, boo. What's up?
Okay. I thank you for coming up here, for real.
Me and Marcella was just talking about you last night.
Okay. Oh, and I can see your face. I never saw your face before. I know I see the avatar all the time, but I see your face today, and I know exactly who you are. That's what's up.
Yeah. Me and her went out last night for drinks. Anyway, so how you doing? Looking all handsome and everything.
Can I take 1 second to say how beautiful that you are, though?
Oh, I think you always know I think you're handsome.
Because you're looking good.
Yeah, I just got off work. Look,
okay.
I taped it. I haven't even seen the final finale yet, but I was like, oh man, okay. SoDebNair talking about it was not that good. I was like, oh my gosh.
It was so disappointing. It was disappointing. It was very disappointing.
Oh man, it was getting kind of dry though. It used to be so juicy. I mean, it was really juicy.
It was juicy, but it was dry juicy. Like it was like, let me sprinkle a little bit of juice on the dryness to me. Because the days went on for so long. Like even from the beginning when they started dealing with Amanda before she passed.
I know.
Before she passed, and then we started dealing with Wyatt's drug addiction. We started dealing with Jeffrey being gay and Veronica not liking it. It was so much, right? So when we finally got to the point that we can actually deal with the actual storylines, I'm like, okay, we can get into the meat and the juice of everything. So then they killed Candace, baby's dad.
Yeah,
and then
buried him in the backyard.
Yes, and buried him in the backyard. No one ever found him. It was so far-fetched, but we still stuck around for it. We stuck around for it. We was like, we're gonna do it. So
right.
So the main part of this is one thing about is that and you haven't seen it, but I'm mad that everybody got killed at the end, besides Hannah.
Ooh, because I was wondering because Veronica, they just made Veronica such a thug. Veronica was like strong thug, like what I'm saying. She was like everybody was a bitch to her, and everybody, she's so thuggish, and she's like, oh yeah, but you're gonna get killed. And I'm like, but I felt that she was dressing up that the housekeeper, the way they had the story like that she was set up the housekeeper to get killed, and thinking it was Veronica getting killed.
Yeah. So when she actually died, I was like, well, damn, they could have been killed like this. It was just so much. It was so much. She could have been died.
You're a mess. You're like, oh, she could have been died. I mean, y'all made me wait for this. I mean, Scream Killer bitch last week.
She died so easily this week. I'm like, this could have been happening. Like, why was it so easy to kill everybody off on the last episode?
And then I know I'm spoiling it for myself, but did Wyatt die on the ground in the living room?
Everybody's dead besides what's the mom's name?
Hannah. Miss Hannah.
Everybody's dead but Hannah. Yeah.
Oh.
And it was sad. It was sad. I was more sad than anything.
Hey, did you notice how they stopped? How they tried to, when it first came, they wanted Miss Hannah to be such a churchy woman. Everything was before the Lord. But then after Catherine got arrested and stuff, I mean, the other side came out, right? It was like,
yeah.
I like that though. It was funny to see.
But I love the evolution of Hannah though, and I think that's what kept me there for the whole time. The evolution of Hannah. And also the evolution of Candace, because Candace was such a horrible person, and then I want
her to get with the president though. I wanted her to get with that president.
Listen, this so this is why I made it live, because I'm mad about that. This is why I'm mad.
Oh, okay.
This is why I'm mad. So the last episode we didn't even see the president. We haven't heard nothing from him. He was trying to wipe her slate clean. Hannah sat on the front porch with her and said, "This will have to be your life." And she never said, like, he's reaching out to me. Girl, he put you in the trunk because you was a problem and set you out. You was a problem.
But he didn't know he put his baby there, though. He didn't know he put his baby in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? She has to take care of his baby.
And that's the thing. So Tyler Perry started so many new stories instead of like letting it all die out. So now Candace has a new baby coming. Benny found out he has a new baby.
Who?
Benny.
Oh yeah, her brother. Oh yeah, her brother. Oh brother.
He got a new baby.
That girl came by. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is the chance for a new life. Why are we killing off everybody? Like I didn't understand it. I did not.
Because he want a fresh. Maybe he want a fresh new show.
Well, people were saying that he killed people off so they don't try to do a reboot.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I don't think that was a good idea. I think that if Tyler Perry, I pray to God all the time, please get writers to help you. I know you want to write everything yourself.
I don't think he likes. Yeah, I don't think he likes no help in the writing area. I don't think he want no help.
I don't think. I know he doesn't, because his storylines are the same and they're so drawn out. They're so long. And if you've ever been in a play, you understand why they are like that. But this is TV. This is TV. Yeah, so TV is different from plays. Right. So it's hard for us to watch on TV and not look at it as a play, because you could have done like Madea and made the Have and Have Nots a play. Okay. I was just like,
it's one thing about TV and a play that is different. When you're doing a play, yeah, you're right. You can draw that out. You can draw it out. But when you draw it out when it's on TV, it gets boring.
Yes. And I hate the fact that even with like his new shows, like with Brothers and Sisters, like I love those shows, but they're the same way.
Oh, see, I haven't watched Brothers yet. I love Sisters though.
Okay, me too. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. But just they changed them up some. But
the scenes are still so long. Like Tyler, shorten these scenes. Study what TV is like. We know you're a playwright, but this is not a play. We need you to shorten the scenes.
Get to the point. He needs to learn how to get to the point faster. Get to the point.
Yes.
He needs to have more. He needs to have more points so that way you can get to the point and move on to another one. Let's take one point and draw it all out and draw it all out and draw it all out.
Because that's one thing to watch it one day and then go home, but every week it's drawn out. It's like it's so exhausting. But you also, as a Black person, like you want to support these Black actors. The storyline is great, but let's shorten the scenes just a little bit. Like, and the girls that are on Sisters are dope to me. I love them.
I know. Which one your favorite? Which one your favorite?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for asking. Oh,
come on, SoDebNair. Tell me, which one is your favorite?
I want to say Karen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. Let me explain why.
Okay.
I understand her story.
Okay.
What's the girl who's like? I can't think of the girl. Danny. I like Danny's story.
I like Danny is the funniest to me. Danny is so freaking funny, and I never would think they hook up to date the white guy. She's like white boy. She's a white boy. I was like, how long they gonna let him call him a white boy? White boy. White boy start putting it on her, and she's like, forgot about that white boy stuff.
She was like, are you still white?
She's like, as long as you don't bring your mom over here, your sister was enough.
Yeah. But it's also like, I don't want that to fall into the same line of the have and the have nots. This is not a soap opera no more. So give us a storyline of a show, not a play or a soap opera. This is actually a show. So I want him to give that. We sat through this entire thing of the have and the have nots. We sat through this with you, Tyler. Give us something different now. And if you look at the Bros, it's the same way. It's the same way.
Oh, that's it. But you know one thing I don't like about the sister show? I don't like how what lawyer keep coming to work looking like that? Come on now, y'all. What? Come on now. I know she want to dress and be fly and everything else, but come on, work with her
I
wardrobe.
like how she goes to work though.
I said she fly, but she.
Yeah.
You don't wear linen. You don't wear the silk linen to work like that. Come on now. You know
Okay.
you don't. I ain't never met no lawyer came in the office with no silk linen on.
So my favorite show is Girlfriends, right? And they had this. They had that same issue with Joan. You freezing up on me. You freezing up. And y'all can come up. I dropped the link if y'all want to come up. The link is pinned to the top. Okay, you back now. You back? No, you back now. I got you. Okay. You back?
Okay, yeah, I had to take the Bluetooth off. Go ahead.
Okay, so no, I understand that, but in Girlfriends, Joan, they had the same issue with Joan, where she was dressing too fly to go to work. So I get it, but I'm like, why can't a woman go to work and be fly and be an attorney though?
No, I didn't say that she couldn't. I just say, because I'm just saying TV, TV.
I didn't say you did that. No, I didn't say you said that, but I'm saying I thought it was dope that this woman is going to work looking fly and still doing what she did. Like I thought it was fly. So I thought that was cool. But with Sisters, it's different. Maybe I'll start doing like reviews on Sisters too, because it's one of my favorite shows, even though I hate the Tyler Perry drags the storylines out. But back to the have and have-nots. This last episode was so much. I feel like they gave so much time to Hannah, Benny, and hold on, we got someone else. They gave so much time to Hannah, Benny, and Candace, and then all of a sudden everybody just died. And I'm like, well, hold on now. We didn't get no backstories with everybody. We got a long. Benny had finally had a baby. Candace and Benny was Hannah was talking to Candace about giving that money back. Benny was dating this new girl. Like, it was so much about them, but everybody died. We didn't get enough. And so now we got to watch the reunion show.
How about Benny's his friend, the white dude that was the Italian dude that was trying to save him? They got beat up. He just got beat up. His cousin Benny just beat him up.
But he was trying to save Candace, and they beat him up even more. And I respect his character so much because he tried to help Benny, but Benny was his own problem.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When Candace came, he had a little bit more loyalty to Candace because romantically he loved Candace.
Okay.
And so when they beat him up in front of Candace, you could see the fact that they were very it was so much for both of them because he didn't want to see that, and then she needed him and he couldn't help her. It was so much. It was so much.
Wow, now you got me. Look, like now I can't wait to get in the house and watch it now. Oh, I got to eat first.
It was crazy, girl. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody died except Hannah.
Except Hannah. And they could have saved someone besides Hannah. Like, I wanted Hannah to be saved. I did want that. I hate the way that Catherine died.
Oh, I planned on watching it, but after me and Marcella went and had the drinks up, I was tired. She was tired, and when I came home, I fell asleep on watching 90 Day Fiance. I was like, it's on the DVR. I was like, I'll watch all that later because I had Shaw's and Sunset on there, everything. I was like, I'm so sleepy. I was too sleepy.
Is your name 2B Black Native?
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you a question because I was not all the way sure about this. The lady who killed Hannah, was that a family member of the little girl who got killed? That
remember first season when Wyatt killed that little girl?
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure, but okay, that makes sense.
And the family was trying to get revenge all along.
The little girl's grandfather.
Yes. Want to come after him, and he kind of fell in love with Hannah, and then he left the show, and then it just kept. It kind of went away.
Yeah, we never heard of it again.
He tried to tie up the loose ends the best he did, because I know he had to leave OWN. That was the last show that Tyler really had on OWN, and now he's with BET. So I think he has this agreement with BET, so he had to sever,
everything
with OWN.
I thought that's who.
Don't you wonder why he had to? Why he said cut ties with OWN? Like him and Oprah was.
Well, OWN is not owned by Oprah anymore. She has sold part of the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
No, ma'am.
So let's read some of the comments.
Okay.
Haitian Ellen said, I was so mad I watched this morning and I felt like I wasted all these years on a show. Then there's a reunion for why, Tyler? For effing why? That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
Was that bad? Was it that bad, y'all?
It's a business. Business is business. I mean, look at Girlfriends. Like you said, sometimes things just don't work out and you got to do what you got to do.
But you know what? I actually, I tweeted Mara Bach Ali because my favorite show in the world is Girlfriends. Like I need a resolution as to what happens in the Girlfriends.
Right.
So I tweeted her and she said that, and I may do something once a week to start building this fan base because she told me, she said y'all have to do the same thing I did for the game. If y'all want the end, she said I can't fund it by myself. So if y'all want that, y'all have to build that community and help us fund it. And if the people want it, they will fund it.
Mm-hmm.
So
right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next one. Because I feel you on that. What in the world is going on with Tyler Perry? He takes all his best shows and brings them to an abrupt end, leaving you up in the air, such as shows of his, like, for better or for that's what you're talking about, for better or for worse.
Oh, but you know what though? He might have times with using that name. You know what I'm saying? So he can't, even though if he's cutting it off with one network, you go to another network, you might legal ties, you can't use that same name. So by cutting it all off, he might make a show that's something like it, but at the same time, he had to change the name. So that's
not really, not all the time though, because he was with TBS when he had what was that show? The House of Pains. He kept the name and moved it to another network.
Yeah,
that's why I said it depends on their contract. That's what I'm trying to say. It depends on what contract they made together. But you know, Oprah Winfrey and dotted those lines on there. You can't take that name nowhere else. You got to use it on there.
Oprah don't play when it comes to
so he can do that with her.
She may be mad about that whole Monique thing too. Because he had apologized to her, so maybe that's what it is. We will never know.
But see, a lot of people really, me as a comedian, I understand, a lot of things about the contract part. But if people would just listen to Monique, to what she has said, they would really think differently about the whole thing perspective. Yeah. And when I met her in person, I told her, I broke it down. She said, you understand. I said, yeah, because in that industry, you understand the whole thing people are missing. It wasn't about just the money that they had offered her. Is what they wanted her to do within that money. They wanted her to not do her job for 2 years, and you giving her that amount of money when she makes more than that in 1 year doing stand up. So why would you say yes to that? That's the whole thing people don't understand.
Do you know Samson McCormick?
No, I don't know him personally. No.
I don't.
Okay. Samson is one of the first. Well, he's the first gay black male comedian. Monique actually worked a lot with him. So my loyalty was with her because of that. I understand because we've talked about it. I knew what they were asking was wrong.
Okay, got you.
And so that's why.
Is he from Chicago?
I don't know if he's originally from there. I know he was living in DC for a very long time.
But he don't he dress up? He does another character though, right? Okay, no. I'm talking about somebody else. Okay, I'm talking about somebody else then. Okay.
I'll inbox him to you. He's really, really funny. I'll inbox him to you. But yeah, he's a really funny person, and I know that Monique endorses him. Mm-hmm. Let me give up my super chat. My big sis speaks. I haven't seen it yet, but they might all the good ones go into the witness protection program, and it be new show. Holla at me, Tyler. Well, they all dead, so they can't go to the witness protection program.
Oh wow, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not even a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to this one. That was way too much. I was like, Tyler or TP, what the hell are you going through? Yeah, it was a lot. I'm glad I get to process this with y'all. Yes. Listen, because I needed y'all. That's why I was like, do y'all want to do this? Because I needed somebody to process this with.
I can't wait.
Let me scroll down. These everybody with them where they're from.
I can't see her name. I want her to tell me who's your favorite character. That's what I want to know. Who's your favorite character?
Me?
Yeah, who's your favorite character on the show?
Hannah.
Really? I hated as much as I loved Hannah, I hated Hannah.
Really?
I know. Mm-hmm.
She was so judgmental and she didn't get it. I'm like, your kids are all in horrible situations. They didn't learn this out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? This came from them growing up. You have to give them that. And I understand that you pray for them and you want the best for them, but y'all should have sat down and talked about why they are the way that they are. Because even when Candace started to start doing that, the narrative of Candace changed.
Mm-hmm. I like this was like, Candace, I'm gonna lay your ass out.
Yeah.
And I liked when they showed the human side of her, but I also like Veronica.
I'm telling you, Veronica was a straight up.
I bet you that's your favorite one, huh, Veronica?
Veronica was making it funny, and I like funny. You know me, I like funny, so Veronica was making it funny. Benny was just so fine to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Benny was so stupid, though. Benny was so stupid.
That's what I said. He just fine to look at. I ain't saying he was a good actor. You know, I just said he was just fine to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was so stupid, and I hated that. I'm like, even when he died on this last episode, like literally, you didn't have to die.
How about that girl? How about that girl, the real estate girl? Did she die too?
What real estate girl?
The characters died, but
that's who set him up to die.
Wasn't on the show. Yeah.
That's who set him up to die.
So Vinny's nephew did come over there and kill him at the girl's apartment. Remember?
Yeah.
She tried, but he found the address. She tried,
but
to cover it up.
She knew what was going to happen to Vinny. She should have left him alone.
Right.
Answering the phone calls, all that stuff. She should have cut it out.
She sat on that lap to give him that stuff.
Yeah, she sat on that lap, honey.
And then they had the sex. It was over for her.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Linda Given says, "Having Have Nots is my show. I missed the season. Didn't know it was ending. I'm in Indiana. Okay. I have watched everything Tyler Perry, and this was the worst episode. It was the worst episode ever. I agree.
How y'all saying that? Dang, it was terrible.
Because Tyler Perry killed everybody. Like, you killed everybody.
Wow. Except the president wasn't in. The president and his staff wasn't in it.
We didn't even get a chance to understand that storyline. Right. My Big Sis Speaks says, I like the girl that blew up in the car and the crazy lawyer's husband.
Yeah, I remember that. He's talking about what's her name? The prostitute.
The
first prostitute.
She's talking about
Candace was pimping her.
Who?
Candace was pimping
her. Yeah. Because she was dating Veronica's husband.
Yeah. And he fell in love.
Yeah.
So disappointing. Got a bad echo. Oh, I don't hear any echo. Do y'all hear echo?
I don't hear.
That was earlier in the show, so maybe it's not going on no more. It was so overkill for me. It was overkill. It was.
Yeah.
It was time for Wyatt to. It was so tough. Okay, this is the only thing that I agree with.
How many times did Wyatt die in this show?
Okay.
And come back to life.
I wanted him to die before Amanda died.
Yeah.
I was sick of Wyatt.
You know what? They didn't show the real crackhead addict the way they were showing Wyatt. I mean, it was just like it was too prettied up. You understand what I'm saying? It was too prettied up. You know what I'm saying? You got to show the real when it comes to somebody that's on drugs that's really bad as he was. Okay, that wasn't the real.
It wasn't.
It didn't.
Because he stayed alive way too long.
Yeah.
Wyatt ran out of his 9 lives. He did that is the perfect example for Wyatt. He ran out of his 9 lives. I will so agree with that.
But you know what? That's why you need writers.
Yes.
I'm a young person, so I really, really, really think you need writers if you're going to really do a show like that.
But Tyler Perry don't want nobody right but him. He wants that shine. He don't want
That's a
nobody else
bad
right.
move.
He
And
has to
he's doing
stop
the
that,
same
though.
thing with his shows that are on BET. That's a bad move. He needs writers.
Because I'm telling you, Sisters could be an amazing show.
Right.
Can it though? Can it though?
Like,
Sister could be off the bomb. Especially you can make more. You can have so many more things going on in the beauty shop because we all know what going on in the beauty shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, but he ain't doing that.
It has so much potential, and I need him.
He wants to control everything.
To do that.
And that's not a good business move. Even though he's a billionaire, what am I to tell him how to do his business? But he would do so much better to hire writers.
Yes. And he can still control what the narrative is, but they can chop it down to where it makes a good episode, where we don't have to sit there for 30 or an hour with the same scene for a whole hour, 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, all he needs to learn is the timestamps, and we will be good.
Exactly.
Well, he struggled for so long by himself that's why he have a problem with let somebody else help him get somewhere.
Let his baby go.
Yeah.
And that's understandable, but sir, like, you're in a place now where that's not a thing, and we need you to go get therapy.
There's too much talent out there that God wants to use.
We need you to go get therapy for that, because therapy will help you take your hands off and let people help you.
Right.
Because I understand take your hands off. Let me tell you something. I have been trying to do what I'm doing for the last 12 years of my life. So I'm the main one who can tell you that I understand that shit for real.
Right.
But I also know that I can't do everything by myself. I can't.
Right.
So that makes sense.
We shouldn't have to.
Oh, wait, I'm going to pause it. But so I'm still here. I got to mute my question. Okay.
Okay. Now, Jay said, I felt that Candace president-elect X would have gotten the mob killed. I feel like he would have taken her away, and the mob would have never found her, and they would have killed them. They would have killed themselves. Where was the president? I just knew he was coming for. That's what I'm saying.
That was the missing link.
Yes, I just knew he was going to show up and save her, and I feel like she deserved it because, yes, she did a lot of bad things, but I feel like her childhood was horrible. She was made from a person raping her mother. So I know what she did was bad, but she also deserved to have something good before she died.
Exactly.
Yes. Hannah was about that life at the end. Listen, no one could have stopped me from doing what Hannah did at the end. It was too much. And she didn't even know that Benny was dead. I thought Candace was going to get back with the president. I did. Everybody is saying that. Hannah was left with everything, but yet still have nothing. Yep. So there was no have or have not. There was just the have not. It seems that Tyler Perry ended it this way for a reason. Maybe Oprah wouldn't let him move to BET, so he obliterated the cast angrily. It just seems unlike him to end the series this way. He could have changed the name of it though and been fine. Yeah. Hannah will have Benny's son. Okay. And they introduced that story about the son. It was like, why introduce these new stories if this is it?
Right.
It was just weird. Killing people off like that was very lazy. And you know what? Who else did that was the guy who did Star. He killed everybody off. We never got to see what happened. He killed everybody off.
Was that Lee Daniels or was that
Lee Daniels? Lee Daniels, yeah, that's what it was. It was Lee Daniels. Okay. They could do a reboot that the deaths were just a dream.
And another thing he rushed off was if Loving You Is Wrong. I like that show too.
Yeah, I love that show. Yeah, so true on that one for sure. Yes, I agree with SoDebNair. I'm gonna skip down to the bottom because I know I'm missing all of the comments that are recently coming in. Those were some of the beginning ones. Okay. What is the ending? What is the ending worse than the have and the have nots? I'm gonna say Star. Star was the same thing. They just killed everybody. It was like, I don't have nothing else to do. Let's just kill everybody.
Right.
Why didn't Candace have a happy ending? I wanted Candace to have a happy ending so much because she went through so much at the beginning. And yes, I know she did bad things, but I wanted Candace to have a good ending. I wanted the president to swoop in and save her. I really did. Erica was Candace's friend that was. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Erica.
Yeah, I agree with Tyler getting better writers. He needs better writers, and not even better writers, but people who can control the timestamps of the story that he has. That's all he needs. He doesn't even need people to write for him, but to help him control the timestamps of the episodes, and we'll be fine. Because if you watch The House of Pains, they literally sit in one house for a whole episode and repeat the same thing back and forth.
Yeah, they do.
They could combine like multiple episodes into one. But I don't want Tyler to become a lazy writer because he is a playwright.
Just hire writers.
Yeah.
TV show writing is different from playwriting.
He don't want nobody else to get the credit.
Oh, this was a good one. Another good one. What about Veronica saying David isn't Jeffrey's father? I mean, they opened up another storyline.
Yeah, what was that? And then just leave it like that.
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like that.
Why?
Just because Jeffrey's father was gay, so now he's gay. It just felt like because
it made it look like they were trying to say the reason Jeffrey was gay because his father was gay, and that's not necessarily so.
It was almost like I'm downplaying. It was almost like I'm downplaying the father. What's the guy's name who would pay his father?
I forget. David.
His name is Peter Paris.
But it's almost like let's downplay him to bring up the real gay father. Like, no, but this man showed his boy so.
Yeah, you're right. That
and
part.
I feel like that message was bigger than anything for a lot of us from the LGBT.
But they started having Veronica sleep with everybody else, so why not have slept with somebody when somebody for the daddy? You know what I'm saying? They said she had slept with all them judges. He started making her out a real. He started making her out a real slutty thug.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the comments. They weren't funny to me. The comments she was saying to the supposedly biological father.
Yeah, it just got really nasty.
Yeah, come on, that was just so tacky. I mean, what man is? I don't care if you gay or not. What man is really gonna sit there and take all that? Bitch, get in the car. You know, come on now, come on, really?
It's really nasty, and it seemed like Tyler Perry was, and this is my own opinion, but it felt like he was spewing out homophobic views that he has into his storylines. I didn't like that.
It did seem like that, didn't it?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is this some stuff that you really like project towards yourself, really? Because it seemed personal. Didn't it seem personal to y'all?
It seems very personal to me.
You know what it seems like when I see Tyler Perry in all his shows, he has to have a gay mostly gay men type thing. And it seems like he's trying to relate. And I don't know if it's because he's in Atlanta. I'm not talking about Atlanta.
He's not trying to relate. He's trying to deflect. And
right.
That's what I don't like.
He's trying to deflect because people say that he's gay. You know, exactly. Say he's gay.
That's why he popped up with a child out of the blue that nobody knew about. Like, okay, whatever you say. Thank you, Portia's Perspective. This is one of my mods. Make sure you guys click on the join button and become a member of the SoDebNair tribe. And y'all know I love that part. Katrina said, did you guys already talk about the have and have nots? No, that's what we're talking about now.
We're still talking about it.
What was going to happen with the child support? Another loss. Oh, yes, because of Mr. Cryer with they never even brought her back. The lady who Veronica was going to start.
They didn't hear her back either. The Latin lady with the two sons.
Yeah. So does Hannah have to pay her now?
Well, only one of the kids is underage, and I don't know if he has to do back payment on the older child, but
I'm sure he probably has to do back payment though.
And that was a weak storyline too. That was totally weak.
It was.
That was totally weak.
Yeah.
That was weak.
It was. But they just left out so many characters on this last episode, and it's like there's no ending to everything. They killed off all of Hannah's family. They killed off all the Cryers family.
They killed out everybody from the first season, and kind of like the characters that were added, they pretty much.
I'm like, y'all could have all just drank the Kool-Aid with Amanda, and we could have ended the season the first season. And this
SoDebNair talking. So why didn't just kill her last week?
Yeah, like I mean, this could happen. This could happen like 8 seasons ago. NJ says, I was waiting for the Secret Service to go into the bar to save her.
Me too. That's. I mean,
so,
I haven't seen that part, but that's what I thought was going to happen because they've been following everything else. They follow her every move. So why y'all didn't see that?
They knew everything that Candace was doing
for the end of the show.
They knew everything that Candace was doing besides her going to get killed. Like, it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense.
Did you notice? But SoDebNair, did you notice that how when Candace told the so-called president elect that she was pregnant, that she was having this kid, he turned to a whole different person. Like, yeah, let me get back with you. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny.
Wasn't it? He gave her the cold shoulder. He didn't get show. Oh my God, really? We having a baby? Oh, I gotta see you. I gotta see you. I gotta see you. He didn't even go there. He's like, yeah, let me get back with you.
At all.
Yeah, and the guy said, well, what did she say? He said she's pregnant.
Yeah, and then that was the last time we saw them.
Yeah.
Charlene said if Tyler Perry would hire writers, it would have been better. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was waiting for the president to come and say, we were all waiting on him. Where were you?
Everybody was waiting for that, honey.
Candace had a dream, and Oscar and everyone else she had dealings with forward. I don't know what that word is.
Her.
Yes, I can't even say it. Her that something bad was going to happen to her, and then everything happened to everybody.
Right.
Why did everybody have that dream?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, she did have that weird dream, and then I guess that was a setup for.
That was like, y'all, it's over. I'll have shit else to write about. Everybody's dying.
Yeah,
that's true right there. The show was all over the place. She's right about that part.
All over the place.
Going crazy.
The Malones was the only, and that is what pissed me off. Mama Rose quit before she can get her favor back from Mama Rose.
Right.
Then Vinny was taking over everything. Like, what was Vinny's real plight with everybody?
Vinny he doesn't like black people. They made him just say like he don't like black people.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's it.
Mama Rose Mama Rose owed Candace a favor. So now Candace favored Trump's Jim Crow. Jim Crow is gonna be dead either in dead or in jail within the next few months anyway.
Right.
So why is this like? Because Candace is still gonna be free.
So who was they dragging upstairs? Who was Mr. Crow dragging upstairs? Who was his bodyguard? Oh, Candace. Okay.
Yeah, but that was from the Malones.
I was unfreezing, trying to figure out who. Then I seen those boots. I was like, that must be Candace.
Yeah, because he told her that Vinny told her that they owed Jim a favor, but I'm like, Jim didn't have favor in the courts at all that time. Catherine was in jail. Matter of fact, she was dead at this point. She was in jail, and she was the plug. He wasn't the plug.
So they go down. So the one that was in the cell with Catherine killed Catherine.
Yeah, because that was the cousin of the little girl who got killed that Wyatt killed in the beginning of the first season.
I think it was the cousin or the auntie or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, because she's like, you don't remember me, huh? You remember? Okay.
She says you remember the name.
Yeah,
And so the name was the name of the other little girl who got hit by Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
But she killed, and I guess because Wyatt's already dead, it didn't really matter. But why were they not at Wyatt the entire time? If y'all want to revenge, and Wyatt didn't even like his mom, so this is not even revenge for Wyatt. So you killed her for really no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wyatt tried to kill the mom. That's why she was in jail.
Right.
So it didn't make sense, and I needed Tyler Perry to think this. This is why you need to stop doing things by yourself. They let it happen since she was pregnant. I don't know what that part's about.
No, but when Wyatt shot both of his parents, one of them should have died then. If you wanted them to die, you should have let one of them die then.
You could have picked the people off slowly.
Yeah.
We did not have to see everybody murdered in one episode. We did not. And I really want to see what they're going to say in this reunion episode. I'm glad they're doing a reunion episode. I wish they would do that with girlfriends. I'm glad they're doing a reunion episode, but I don't know what they can say that's going to change this last episode.
It won't.
Nothing they can say because everybody's still going to have their opinion from watching the show. So it's nothing that they can say. I'm sure they was probably surprised at the way because they kept saying, remember the other part when they was talking about, what led up to it, that show, they was saying, you're going to be surprised about the ending. We were all surprised. Yeah, I'm sure they were.
I must have missed that because I'm like, I wouldn't even watch it because I'm like, that means Tyler's killing everybody off.
It was an interview about, they're all just giving their perspective on the show, and stuff. And they was all saying, you're going to be surprised about the ending.
So Hannah and Benny Jr. are the only survivors, and Veronica and Candace should have gone out better than that. I'm just saying that's true. I so believe that. Mm-hmm. I wanted Candace to have a better fight. Even if she was going to die, she should have a better fight at the end. Because Candace was what drove that show for most of those seasons.
Yeah.
And then she just went out like that. She walked into something on accident. She couldn't get out. And then what was the guy's name? The nephew?
The one who had a crush on her.
Yeah. He couldn't save her. And I'm like, Candace is a whole more strategic person in this. The reason why they were looking for the guy War and was able to get him and kill him was because of Candace. So she just magically walked in on accident, couldn't figure out how to get herself out of this, and now all of a sudden she's dead. Like, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of loose ends left.
Yeah. I knew something weak was gonna happen to her because they started making her weak when she want to lay in the room and she want to stay. Benny, you shouldn't go. You should. That wasn't Candace. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Candace. You know what I'm saying?
And then on this episode, she even doubled back because originally she wanted to give Jim his money back.
Mm-hmm.
The brother Benny didn't want to give it back.
Right.
And Benny talked her into giving that. Benny talked her into giving it back. And when she talked to Hannah, she never was like, well, this is not about me. Benny wants to do this. She was like, I want out. She already had an out.
Right.
Because the president was the president-elect was giving her an out.
Right.
I understand the unforgiveness of it, but if you really wanted an out, this man was going to erase your whole past. You having Jim Crowder's money is not going to give you an out. You're going to go somewhere else. They're going to find you because you left the country or whatever. That doesn't give you an out. This man is going to erase your history.
But money, for the love of money. For the love of money.
Yeah.
She would have had that with the president-elect, though. So to me, it wasn't even that. It was just bad writing.
Yeah. That's true too.
It wasn't that because the president could have given her everything that she actually wanted.
Right.
Yeah, but then he turned around. And let you know that he got rid of Candace at a drop of a dime to just say, "Oh, get her out, put her in trunk." So she was glad she had the money.
I wouldn't have trusted the president anymore if he put me in the trunk of a car.
Right.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Comes up.
I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know personally. I would not have because I feel like he was taking instruction from people, but because what he really wanted was her.
Mm-hmm.
And because he kept making them reach out to her, and then when he called the assistant's phone, he wouldn't let he got on the phone, and then when she told him that she was pregnant with his baby, I felt like I would have kind of tried to change my tune a little bit.
Yeah,
because I feel like I would have known at that point that he really did love me. I did what I thought I was supposed to do because it's what they're telling me to do.
Right.
So, but I'm not Candace, but I'm just saying I would have thought about it a little bit differently.
I think a lot of people could have wrote his ending way better than he did.
Yes. I'm like, Tyler, listen.
Well, that's what a lot of Tyler shows. He needs writers.
I'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear so you can write a better story. I don't have to write it, but I can give you some encouragement if that's what you need. I hated this ending.
Well, they say he don't pay a lot, so he don't want to pay nobody else to do the writing.
Listen, you have to pay me for a good ending for this.
He can definitely afford to. He's got the buzz.
Just buy me some gifts. I'll be okay with that.
This is the thing, though. I'm not trying to be funny. We talk about how he cover up for stuff, and he always got to have some kind of gay scenario in there. Yeah. But this is the thing. Besides the baby mama, all of a sudden she can't. To me, she was a surrogate. Okay. Anyway, but besides her, have you ever heard about him with any other woman? Beside her, have you ever heard about him being with any other woman?
I never heard of him being with that woman.
I thought she was a beard myself.
I said surrogate. I told y'all surrogate.
Don't they say scarves and beards now? I hear the young people saying scarf and beard.
Yeah, I don't think that they were ever together. I think that he paid her to have a baby for him, and that's what it was.
Yeah, and nothing's wrong with that. I mean, who cares?
Nothing.
I mean, if you gay, you gay. I mean,
but I think that we're in a time right now where you don't have to hide that. You know, I think that people.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why? What was the big deal with him with that? I mean, you know, so what? Yeah. He's a handsome man and everything.
He don't want to use his main fan base, which is church folks. Church folks
that's what it is.
Got him to where he had to go.
That's what it is. Oh
yeah,
yeah. That's his people. Honey, those shows were for church folks. When he started out in the business, church folks put him over the top.
Shoot, they got gay people in the church. Shoot, what you talking about?
That.
No, yeah, but church women are who supported him though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You got a point there. You're right.
Yeah, and that's why he feels like that's where he's at, but that's not why, because it wasn't just church women who supported him. They may have gotten him the exposure that he needed, but once he got where he was at, just playing Madea alone opened up another door for him that people were able to see. And I feel like people want him to be dishonest and be realistic. And I mean, again, that's hard. That's hard. So you can't force anyone to do that. But if he ever does it, I think that it will be such an amazing thing.
But remember his last movie? I was watching it on my whatever, my Fire Stick or something. But anyway, remember he said it was the final movie for Madea that played.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
another one for Netflix now.
Maybe that's why he's trying to cut all ties with stuff. He's like trying to make everything final.
Madea's coming back. Did you hear?
Madea's coming back on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Madea's coming back on Netflix.
Bringing it back.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Family Reunion was supposed to be the last one. Oh, last time y'all gonna see Madea. Every time you look up, it's last time you're gonna see Madea. Yeah. I guess you're gonna always have a Madea. Somebody always gonna be your grandmama.
Right.
Well, he needed some more characters. He needs some more characters when it comes to Madea. That's what he needs. He needs some more characters.
He has Patrice. What's wrong with Patrice? Why can't he put her in more movies?
Is that on BAM?
That comedy at all.
Is that on BAM?
That little short lady, Patrice.
Is that on BAM?
Huh?
Is that on BAM?
BAM?
No.
Aunt Bam. Who's Patrice?
She's her name is Patrice. I forgot her last name. In fact, she was on LRL, Larry Reid Live, last night. She's so funny. She's the little funny short lady with the eyeglasses, and she talked real funny. Anyway, she's done a lot of his plays, and he had her on a show called Lovely or something. And they owned a diner. It wasn't on very long. It got canceled. Patrice Lovely, is that her name?
No, I'm trying to think of her acting name on the show. You talking about that? They had that cafeteria. It was like, you know,
they had the cafeteria, and she was the owner.
Yeah,
yeah, and she had a daughter, and then she had a grandson, and then she had her.
That was boring. That show was boring, though. That show was boring.
It was pretty boring.
What was the show?
It was what it was they
Love.
I forget. Yeah, it was. They brought all their little added, you know, any of their little.
They were from the stage play, and she's a hot commodity on the stage arena. She was funny. She's funnier on the stage. But I think
who just comes to the restaurant and discuss a problem? Every time you look up, they just kept coming to the restaurant and sit down in the booth to discuss the problem.
They would sit down at the restaurant and
it must have been nothing because I try to watch a lot of stuff that he does. Like even with brothers and sisters, I try to support him as a black man doing something. I never even heard of the show you're talking about. This is the show.
It didn't last very long. It was only 1 or 2 seasons, huh?
Right. It was like a railroad little
side diner. Yeah, railroad diner.
Yeah, it was like a diner.
Let me do this. I think it's Corinne. Thank you for the super sticker.
Okay.
Let's read this. Najee says, so should we come to the conclusion that the president is going to call for the deaths of the mob people that killed Candace as a retaliation?
No, because he just mad. He just glad he ain't got child support.
That show is literally over. Like, even if the president did, Hannah's gone, Candace gone, Benny's gone. I watched for Benny. Benny's gone. Everybody's gone. So like we can't.
I want to be a fly on the wall of that.
Now, what I would love for is this, because they brought Catherine and Jim back so many damn times that let's bring the black people back because they didn't really die for real. They just got shot. They were on life support and they came back. Even Catherine had to sit in jail for 12 seasons. Like, let's bring it back.
Right? And the president-elect.
They're saying love thy neighbors, what you're talking about.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I had to skip down because I was trying to read all the comments, guys, but I'm going to skip down to what's going on currently. And I'm so sorry if I can't read all y'all's comments, but I was trying to read everybody's thing, but I can't because it's going so fast.
Definitely, it goes so fast, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does. It does. It goes so fast. And people were coming before it started. So
love thy neighbor. Thank you, Keith.
Does Patrice Lovely remind you of the wife in Assistant Living?
Assistant Living, she does.
Okay.
She's funny.
What about Queen Sugar coming back in the fall? I thought it was all over. I never watched Queen Sugar.
It's a spinoff. It's not going to be the same Queen Sugar. It's a spinoff.
Yeah, you know what? Queen Sugar started boring. You know, I started watching it first started, and then I just didn't like. I don't like that slavery mentality stuff. I don't, you know.
Yeah, that's why I never watched it because I can't. I just
couldn't get Queen Sugar's coming back. I think Greenleaf has a different show coming, and it's only going to be Lynn Whitfield. Greenleaf has a spinoff coming.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's going to be the pastor of the church. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yes. Let's talk about how Jim drowned Candace with one arm, though.
He did?
It was so unbelievable. Like, I'm saying, this. It didn't make sense.
Oh, yeah, with one arm. I was like, wait a minute.
Because he was in the sling, and even he fought Hannah with that one arm.
I know. He was like the one-armed man from that.
Yeah, like, first of all, sir, you ain't had this arm this long, where this arm is this strong. He busted the window out with the whole.
Y'all too young for that, but
it was way too long. It was too much. Thank you, Makia, for becoming a member. I appreciate it so much.
I can't wait. Look, now I'll be watching. I know what happened. Everything. Oh yeah, I already know what's gonna happen.
Spoiler alert.
That's okay. I don't like too much suspense. When it gets too much, like I don't want my heart to speed up that bad.
I think that it would be Barbara. I do agree with you. I think that it would be okay if it was a dream and everybody came back. I do agree with that. But I mean, it might. It could be a thing. They did it with what was that thing with the vampires? Try something.
That's not the only time. That was the time.
They did it, yeah.
And it was just a dream that they had, because remember he went into whatever little thing they had when they put him in that coffin and end up doing just a dream. It was everybody didn't really die and all this other stuff, and he didn't die. Yeah, that was kind of corny. But anyway,
Jamar said I'm boycotting Tyler Perry because I'm done getting invested in his shows. Katrina says he is gay, but his plays be having fine ass men. His plays though keep people coming back. I love Tyler Perry because of Lance Gross. David and Jeffrey and Madison got blown up in the house. Yes. All at the same time. It was so like, why did Madison have to die? Madison had nothing to do with anything.
Madison tried to save his son, and
he tried to save that cop that killed himself. Yeah, like Madison was a good person. Why did Madison die? Jeffrey, David, and Madison got blown.
I didn't even like how the cop got. You set yourself on fire and you jump on somebody and nothing on them burn up. Come on, really?
Yeah, it was so over exaggerated. D says Jeffrey, David, and Madison got blown the F up. Though didn't they? They can't come back. Maybe they got. Yeah, well, they did get blown up. But no, that's not true though, because remember, Jeffrey. Was it Jeffrey and David got blown up before?
Well, that's David true. And Erica was supposed to die together in that car, and then
it was him and it was David and Erica.
Erica
he didn't die from
blown up, but David survived, but he had burns all over his body.
Oh, I almost asked y'all how did Jeffrey's mother die, but I don't want to know.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna say it in the comments.
You know what?
I can't see the comments. I only see the ones you pull up.
I was sick of Hannah too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Queen Sugar was about generational legacy, holding on to the real estate and building your own business. It was not about slavery. Okay, I never seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what you feel. But we know that it don't take that much to get your daddy's land. Come on now, it was drawn out too far. It was just drawn out every week. Somebody trying to take your land or take this. It was come on. It really.
Katrina said, "We know it's going to be a twist." I'm pretty sure that Tyler Perry's going to try to make it a twist, but everybody going to be in the hospital for the first 5 seasons, because Tyler Perry would drag it out. Oh, Hannah done killed Jim. Jim's in the hospital for 5. What's her name? Catherine was in jail for at least 3 seasons.
I know, right?
I was as mad as I was about Catherine dying. I was so happy she died because I was so sick of seeing her in that jail cell.
I hated it. Seeing that orange jumpsuit.
See, if he wanted real life,
I was too, Helena. I was so ready for Candace to get up out that water and beat the shit out of Jim, and I was hoping that Hannah's gonna come in and tag team his ass. I'm gonna be so serious. I just knew Candace was not dead. I knew she wasn't dead.
He's not gonna get his money back. He killed Candace. He wasn't gonna get his money back.
He made it sound, even his play for killing her didn't sound right, because he was like, that was Wyatt's money. He never said why he was killing her, about Wyatt's money, because she didn't know Wyatt was dead. But he was like, that was Wyatt's money. Take her upstairs to the bedroom to the left, and then he drowned her. I'm like, so Candace just died from being drowned? Like, it was just weird. Like, Candace would have come back from the dead on that motherfucker and destroyed him. In my mind, I was waiting on Candace to come with that water.
I was waiting for her to jump up out of the water
and put him in that water, and then Hannah will come in and help her drown him. That's what I thought in my mind. I think the show is coming back. Okay. We're gonna see.
We hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about it coming back.
Because I mean, I need for Hannah's family to be vindicted. Is that the right word? That's not the right word. Vindicated. Vindicated. Yes. Sorry, I had a few drinks. But yes, I need to be vindicated because I feel like they went through so much from that family.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler was like, "Just take everybody out." No. I need Benny to come back. I need Candace to come back and go marry the president-elect. I need for Hannah to use that money and do something good. Like, I need a lot more from just everybody.
I want to see him how he acts with his baby. He was so cute with that little baby.
Oh, Benny?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, Benny has a baby now. We know that Candace's baby got killed, so now this is a new opportunity for the family. It was so, and the girl came in like, I don't need you.
And she say, honey, I'm a lawyer. I like when she say, honey, I don't need your money. I'm a lawyer.
I'm letting you know that you have a baby. That's it. Well, if you want to be a part of the family, that's what I'm telling you. But I don't need you for money at all. Because he was like, oh, well, I made it come on. She was like, but I don't need you though. I said, you better stand up, girl. Tell him you don't need him for nothing but to be a part of this baby's life. Yeah. That's it. Fernand said, Hannah, Benny's baby, and Benny's baby mama survived. I heard about karma, but in all one night. Yes. So we can assume Hannah gets to keep the Cryer's millions, of course, with her grandson.
Yeah.
But I need Benny and Candace to be alive while she's enjoying that, because now she's going to understand why Candace felt the way that she felt about having that money. And I think with her and Candace sitting on those steps and saying, I can't go back to just being what I was, because Candace had been through a lot. She had been raped. She's been a rape baby. Well, I can't keep saying the word rape. She's been an R baby.
She's a product of rape.
Yes.
Victim of rape.
She had been through, you can't keep saying the R word. She had also been through so much because of her bringing up. And I wanted Candace to just win for one point of her life. And I get that sometimes in real life, that's not real. But I felt like we could have seen that. We could have actually got an opportunity to see Candace say, because she had already changed prior to this. So give her the opportunity
but real debonair, real life was Catherine would have never been in prison. She would have been out on bail. Come on,
that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Out on bail. How many times you get to come see who want to see you, and you ain't got no handcuffs on or nothing? Man, he need to do way better with that right there.
Yeah. Stars Alexander, thank you for becoming a member to my channel and welcome to the tribe. But that's very true, because I knew that Jen would get out before she got out. But I wanted so much more for Catherine.
Me too.
Me too.
Catherine did the right thing the entire time. Even when it cost the trust of her family, she did the right thing. And I wanted her to, and I understand.
Except when she killed that.
Kill that detective. I didn't like
her. She did the right. That was the right thing for her family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did the right thing for Hannah every single time.
Oh yeah. I love how she loved Hannah. Yeah, I love how she loved Hannah.
Her love for
I just wanted Sherry Headley to stay on the show.
Yeah. Huh?
Who?
Sherry Headley, the detective that Catherine killed.
I wanted her to join forces with them because I felt like they needed to take down Veronica. That was her main focus. And she had a plight with her because of her husband.
Right.
I feel like she should have gunned for Veronica. And if Veronica could walk out of her front door and get shot multiple times, she could have took her down. Yeah. And I wanted Jeffrey to have some peace on that show at some point. Yeah. Jeffrey went through so much stuff. And even though he helped with bad things, I wanted Jeffrey to have a little bit of peace.
Right.
Let him live through this, please.
I wanted him to fall in love and meet somebody and, just kind of.
I thought it was the nurse guy. He fell in love with that guy. Madison, yeah. I wanted him to have that experience that. But they took him, the dad, and Madison out the same. I'm like, that's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, that was just way too much. It was too much.
He wanted all fireworks in one night. That's what he wanted. He wanted the 4th of July. He wanted the 4th of July one episode.
But shock us with something. We already seen Lee Daniels do this. Give us something different.
Well,
Tyler Perry could have literally
what
Tyler Perry could have done that would have been good to me, and it's probably because I'm black, was let the have-nots actually have.
Right.
Or he could have had somebody had left the country or whatever, play like it. That's how he could start it over with. They start a new life over with the money. It could be Hannah and the girl. I don't know.
I would have loved to see Candace go off with the president-elect. I would have loved to see Benny keep the money that Mr. Cryer had from Candace that she gave to him, and let Hannah keep the money that Mrs. Cryer left her and let it go. But he killed everybody. So now Hannah has this money, but at the cost of her children's life.
Yeah.
She paid the price of what she didn't want her kids to pay. And Candace kept saying, well, you just a maid, and you're a maid, and you and this and this and this. So now because she's a maid, her job cost her the money of her children.
Yeah.
Right. That's
and I thought that was sad. I was like,
but
how can Hannah actually enjoy
the writing is just terrible. The writing is just terrible.
You gotta hire some writers, Tyler. If you
I couldn't either, NJ. I couldn't either. But I want him to live. But I felt like Hannah's gonna have this money. If this was a real life situation, she's gonna have this money, but at the cost of everybody that she knew and she loved.
Yep.
That will never be enjoyable. That's something that would make you commit suicide. You would never have a happy life with that. Both of my children died. My boss, who had my back, who brought my son back to life. My daughter was getting her life back together, and even though she tried to have my son's back, like it was just horrible. To Jeffrey being a psychologist, his logical actions and inability to diagnose folks around him was strategically stupid. It was
staggeringly
because this is the thing. That's one thing I can't stand. They don't ever show them going to work. But let them go to work. They got these careers. Nobody want to go to work. But it started
off like that because he was doing it with Wyatt, and then he became. Right. It just went out the window.
Right.
So I understand that. Oh, I thank you for being here too. And I when I tell you I appreciate y'all becoming members, it means a lot to me.
Hit the thumbs up, everybody.
The writers are a disgrace. Well, the writer is a disgrace because it's only one. And did you like Jeffrey's acting when he portrayed Babyface? He really did look like him. I didn't see him look. I didn't see that part. Jeffrey was a horrible actor. No, we're in agreement that Jeffrey was a horrible actor. Everybody. If show comes back, agree. See Candace fight Jim back with Hannah. Those shots heal and come back. Benny survived again. I need Benny to survive again, only for the eye candy.
Look, because Benny
acting wasn't good. But you know what?
Benny is not a good actor to me.
But he's good on P Valley though.
Oh, okay, I heard that he's good on that. But if you watch him in real life on interviews and stuff he's talking on real life on the on Instagram stuff, he is a whole different person than the person he's being portrayed on that show. He's
very
like a thug. He's like a thug, but on that show he just got on like a little
He's like a fourth
airhead
level thug on P Valley.
Okay.
Brandon, I agree with you. Jeffrey's character is offensive as well. I agree with you, but I think that's because of the writing. That's nothing with Jeffrey as the character. That's because of Tyler Perry's writing, because Tyler Perry is struggling with some things.
I saw the character. What's Jeffrey's real name?
I don't know his real name is.
He did this movie with Kyla Pratt, and he was really, really good in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Even the president guy is on the Run the World show on HBO Showtime, whichever one it is. He's a way better actor than he is on Tyler Perry stuff. He's I believe who he is on that show, but on Tyler Perry's, I'm like, sir, I don't even believe that they thought you were gonna be able to be a president-elect. Benny's the best with the words. He was. I will agree with that. I never saw Jeffrey working in his field. He did the first season when he was working with Wyatt.
That's it.
Yes, honey, Veronica. Everybody loved Veronica.
He was working for his mother. Yeah, he was working for his mother. Remember, Jeffrey was working for his mother.
Because she was trying to help Wyatt stop being an addict.
Right.
I like Jeffrey's acting. He's talking about Babyface.
Yeah, I like when Jeffrey played Babyface too.
I don't remember him playing Babyface. I could see it like a Babyface has a biopic, though. I could see him doing that.
Tony Braxton movie.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't remember. So, okay, one of my friends is a big fan of Tony Braxton. And I will say this. I never knew Tony Braxton had a biopic.
Yeah. It was good.
I never knew that.
It seemed like she had more than one because there's always a movie talking about her lifestyle. So.
I never knew that, but I want to go back and watch it because I did not realize that.
I think it's either on Hulu or BET.
But I can see why they picked him for that, though. I can see why they picked him for that, though. D said, I don't think the series should come back. I think he should make a movie or a series for each of the main characters. Those will be good spinoffs. But I think that if he gets better writers, he should bring it back so we can see a real story. Remember Wyatt killed his sister, and that was
Amanda. Yeah.
Wait, Wyatt killed his sister?
No, he didn't kill herself. Wait a minute.
No.
She killed herself.
She
Amanda killed herself.
Yeah, but then what happened with Jim trying to say that the maid had killed her? He said you killed Amanda. Remember that?
Well, he killed Candace in this episode because allegedly she killed her. He blamed everybody but himself because he was a bad parent.
He blamed everybody for killing her, but he was.
He was a problem because he killed her himself because they would not let her be, because she had a bipolar disorder and they treated her like she had a disability instead of her like a human being.
Exactly.
And that wasn't right. And so she has her. I feel like it enhanced her disability because her family would not treat her like a regular person. They treat her like she was a disabled person, and you can't do that. You can't do that. And so I when Wyatt shot him, I thought, well, thank God. I wonder what's going to happen to Mitch. Yeah, I do too. Is my comments being skipped over? Listen, it probably was skipped over because there were so many comments and they're commenting a lot. If you repost it, I will read it. Tony West, the reason that you see these actors doing a better job on other shows is clearly the writing that they were giving on having. I agree.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Everybody is on the side saying the writing is terrible, which makes the actors look terrible because they are acting the way the writer has written the script.
Yeah, Amanda's disability was she had a bipolar disorder. Glad you're doing this live. It was hard to watch all this death in one episode with no explanations. Your feedback on here touches on our thoughts. Candace was a fighter and she barely fought back. I didn't like that.
I haven't seen it. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but that part sounds terrible because anybody know that Candace gonna fight. If you can fight the baby daddy, come on now. You mean tell me you can't fight this man with one arm?
Again, Rico, I didn't skip your comments on purpose, but there's so many comments and I had to skip down because I was starting from the beginning, but that was probably wrong. I shouldn't have did that because it skipped a lot of people's comments. What did everyone think of Joffrey, which is Jeffrey role on Have a Have Nots? I thought his role was horrible, honestly. As a gay man, I thought it was really terrible. It was a horrible representation of gay men.
The only thing that was good about Jeffrey Steen is when he stabbed his mama.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? But when she didn't die, yeah, but
he's standing up for himself. I mean, that was the only time he like standing up for himself.
But when she didn't die, I was like, you failed.
So silly.
Why'd I get it? But all the others, sorry, bad ending. I expect more of a finale. Everybody did. Thanks. I guess I forgot about Amanda's bipolar disorder. No problem. I remembered that because I was like, that was crazy that they killed her off first, because that would have been a great storyline to keep going on.
And the reason that Jim Cryer blamed Candace is because Candace had got her to go with that professor. And I know we can't say the R word, but the professor.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But remember, her and Candace was like
that's why we became friends.
Candace was trying to teach her how to get stuff out of the professor, because that's how she moved. And so she didn't know that
she was already ready for that. Cue the guy. She was already beat before she got to the gym, but she also was beaten before she got to a lot of people on that show where she could have fought back. The acting sucks because the writing sucks. The actors never get to make it big. They get stuck in the Tyler cycle. Well, Candace, my thing is with Candace, she was able to because Candace was acting before Tyler Perry. Which is why I watched because of her, because I love Tika Sumpter. She's an amazing actress. I love her beautiful skin. And I feel like she is an example for people who look like her. If I could have my dream cast role in like a girlfriend type of movie, it would be her, Kelly Rowland, Jill Marie Jones, and Gabrielle Union. I would love to see all that melanin on one screen. Because I feel like, first of all, they represent what it looks like to be a dark-skinned Black woman.
Yeah, I like Tasha though,
but not
Tasha.
Tasha Smith.
Her real name is Tasha, the one that's always saying the loudmouth one when they was
Tasha
like
Smith.
playing. Yeah, Tasha Smith. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah. I like her too. But I feel like they have their skin tone is a little bit darker than hers. And I would love to see a movie with just the four of them. Even though Kelly Rowland's not that great of an actress, because she's not an actress, I would just love to see that, because one, they kind of look similar. So the storyline of them being sisters would be dope.
Hey, Tasha is dark on the darker brown. Tasha, yeah.
She is. Her twin sister lives in the building that I work in. So I've seen her in real life.
Oh wow. I heard she has a twin. They look just they look just alike, huh?
Yeah, her sister lives in Atlanta.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but she's more like a little yellow than in my skin than she has.
Okay.
I like them because they have the dark skinned Black woman. This is what it is. This is what I got. But it also, I would love to see different elements of people seeing that on the big screen.
Right.
So that's the only reason why I say that. And I love Tasha Smith. I think she's really dope. What she's doing for the Black community with teaching and acting is amazing. But I would love to see those four women put together something, even if it's one of Kelly Rowland's like Christmas movies. It would be dope to me because it would be.
Lifetime did 2 movies for Kelly Rowland this year,
and she has a third one because she has a contract with them. She
did one every year. She did one in 2019, and she did another one in 2020.
Yeah. Candace's mama Hannah was a lion. She fought Jim Cryer with Candace's spirit inside of her and kicked his butt and ran him over. All that bottled anger and pain and all her pain and scream at the end gave me chills. It did give me chills. I wanted her to be a better mother to Candace though. I did. I hope for that. And I thought that when Candace started to change because she was dating the president, that she would not go back to how she felt about Candace when Candace was doing the things she was doing. And I thought that she would kind of relate with Candace because she realized Candace is just trying to fend for herself. She was a child of the R word. She had been through so much stuff, and her mother because they never really connected why Candace and the mom weren't, like, the love wasn't there to me. Y'all think that they did?
Yeah. Well, because it never explained like why she really left. You know what I'm saying? Why she
and
really
like
left.
why Candace turned into the way that she did, because the mom was like, "Well, I loved you," and this and this.
Well,
but
it was
never
because of the R word.
But Candace,
No.
I don't think that was it.
Because
that was it.
one of Hannah's boyfriends or whatever came for Candace, and she didn't tell her mother.
Oh yeah, they said something like that.
Yeah, that was the main reason she left, is because he was messing with her.
Who Candace? Hannah?
Candace's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hannah's boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it was explained until later on why Candace.
I think that was explained several series later. That explained because then they're in the house and it's getting ready. The house had got on fire, and then they finally broke down and said exactly what happened with Candace.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was dragged out too long. We should have known that a long time ago what their problem was.
Because it made sense of why Candace was the way that she was.
Right.
And I think that a lot of us,
why.
And I feel like, I wanted to know Candace's backstory. Because I knew she wasn't like that for no reason. Especially when it comes to Benny and Hannah, because before Benny got involved in all the Candace stuff, Benny was on Team Hannah.
Right.
But then he changed around because Hannah would not stop beating her down.
Right.
He so I was like, there's something more to this.
I love when a brother loves his sister.
Yeah. And he loved her to a fault. But then Benny got so involved with things that I'm like, Benny, sit down.
Yeah, but I liked how they did show it was a single mother having 2 kids and 2 different baby daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Hannah, I like that part. I just didn't like, like you said, they didn't tell tell us the story later on. Should have told us ahead of time what was going on. Why come the church woman was so upset with her daughter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all kept trying to make her the church woman so much, but how the church woman got 2 baby daddies and got so much hatred. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
Yeah. And when they told it, then it started making sense about Candace, but then Candace started to change at that time.
Yep, that's true.
So then it kind of died down, like, well, we can't really go back and look at her because of this, because we understand why Candace the way that she is, but then now Hannah, what's going on with you?
Right.
Because at that time, like, what were you doing where this is what's going on with you? And I love the fact that they killed Candace's vicious side. It made her human. And then she went back to it on this last season because they were ending it. It was like they rushed it. I thought in season 1 that Hannah had issues with Candace because she was a child of R. I don't remember that.
What's that? What she say?
I don't remember that. I may go back and watch it. They could have at least given Benny's son a name. Listen, they could have, if Tyler was going to do that, he could have at least given more. I would have loved to see more of that than anything for this last episode, and then kill everybody if you're going to kill everybody. But I wanted to know that the girlfriend the baby mama that showed up was going to be okay. I know that she didn't die because I know they shut the house up, but it was just like, why bring this storyline on if you're ending it? This also gives a connection to Candace losing her son, which is why Candace was so sympathetic to the lady who showed up about the son. But it was like Candace was doomed to hell, period. My big sis speaks. I am sneaking in. Remember, Candace had a dream. Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah. But and that dream, I was like, how is he still alive? He fell out that window.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was going to be a dream, though.
And then they never referenced them again. Tyler was all over the place.
No, that's what we said. You know, he was coming from so many directions. He was coming from so many directions. Nobody could figure out what he was going to do. So,
yeah,
you know, just like this, he went to, you know, by having all the deaths at one time, nobody knows what he's going to appear off to do from this.
Let me ask you this, NY Finest. Hannah changed her life through religion. Was it better than what her kids were doing? And I'm not saying it in a judgmental space. I feel like she was a bigger burden on them because of that.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't able to level with her daughter at all.
Right.
Because of that. Jabri said, I wanted to see what Veronica would have done to Hannah at that fight scene. Cue the God. The irony of the series was so strong. Hannah was so righteous and tried to hold on to them, but she wound up losing them both. Yeah, she ended up losing everybody, even because she held on to Catherine as well. The true Candace that symbolized death. I wanted to see what Veronica would have done to Hannah. Oh, everybody keeps saying that. The irony of the series was so strong. Hannah was so righteous and tried to hold on to them, but I think I just read this. True with Candace, that symbolism death. Okay. With Candace and Hannah, we're talking about how she was conceived. Candace said something like that explains why you always were mean to me. Okay. And Hannah said after she had Benny, she changed her life. Oh, I don't remember that. But that makes sense though.
Yeah, she did.
But she lived, I'm just saying. Hi, who sent Diamond Veronica? I felt she was planning in with Catherine because she blocked Veronica getting her money from Hannah. They showed who planted Diamond in with there, but I don't remember who it was. But somebody planted her in that thing. It might have been Veronica, but I remember who it was. But they showed who did that. Did they really kill Veronica? Huh?
Which one? Do you mean
NSL? NSL, the girl who killed.
I thought they was dealing with the Vinny and his family to put that girl in there.
No, they said hold on. They said who sent Diamond Veronica? Oh, who sent Diamond Veronica? I feel she was planning in. Maybe she was. I don't know. I feel like there was a backstory about why Diamond was planning into Catherine's cell.
Yeah, but I thought it was dealing with the Malones had sent the Malones had
Catherine? For
yeah,
Catherine?
they sent that girl in there, but it was another.
So then why would they carry
because I thought they were trying.
Jim?
I thought they were trying to hurt Wyatt by going after his mama, something like that.
But if it was the Malones, then why would they carry out Jim?
I gotta watch it again. Look, Tyler Perry got me so confused. Hell, I gotta watch it over again too.
Because it doesn't make sense because they carry out Jim's wishes for Candace, and Candace they owe Candace a favor.
I'm trying to think who was the one said to put that woman in the cell.
That's what I can't remember who said that. Somebody said that.
Now,
was it Veronica?
Now you're gonna have me inboxing telling you.
If y'all in the chat, if y'all watch the show, because they did say who put her in there.
Yeah,
but who put her in there? It wasn't Jim. I know that. It wasn't Hannah. It wasn't Candace. It wasn't Benny. I almost want to say it was Veronica. Oh, Jim was the one. Jim.
I don't remember it being Jim. I thought it was somebody else that did it.
So maybe it was because Jim wouldn't give him access to the money. And why Fonda says it was the Malones.
See, I told you I thought it was
Jim,
the Malones.
But was it because Jim thought it was the Malones?
I thought it was the Malones because they were getting back at Wyatt for something that Wyatt had did.
Oh, it was. That's what it was. It was the Malones because Wyatt owed them money.
Okay.
Because he went in there and then he got out of there. He went back to jail and then he tricked that boy that was dating Jeffrey and threw the peel him and got out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
Wyatt
I know there was
killed Diamond's niece, yes, and got away with it. They covered it up. Okay, so wait, I'm gonna read the comments because somebody's saying something that makes sense. I thought it was Veronica trying to kill Catherine because she refused to accompany with the deal. But Veronica was mad at her. I remember that. Yeah, the link is in the chat, y'all. So if y'all want to come up here, y'all can.
Yeah, I'm totally getting confused now because you know what? We're making more better storylines than Tyler Perry did.
We are.
We're making us better storylines than he did.
It wasn't Madison.
Yeah.
He wanted to scare Catherine to give him the money. No, but why did Catherine die?
No, there was no scare. There was some. I can't remember. I thought it was dealing with Vinny them. I thought it was dealing with
But he owed them a favor, but they owed him a favor. So, but then if that was the case, then why did he kill Candace? Because he only owed them one favor. Is Mitch dead too? Mitch didn't die. Or does he not have no legs? No, he never died. They didn't show him to cut his legs off either. They had already beat up Wyatt and supposedly killed him. They haven't even brought that back up. They didn't kill him. No, it was Jim because he was trying to scare Catherine to give him the money for the estate to take from Hannah. But if he killed Catherine, then Hannah would have sole custody over that money. So that didn't make any sense. But Tyler Perry wrote it, so that might make sense.
I've been saying we'd be forever trying to figure out his meaning on what he meant.
Hey, Q.
Hey. Okay, so real quick. Nice to meet everyone. Thanks for letting me up. Okay, so Wyatt hit that little girl. And
right.
So remember what happened with the case. So when Diamond was in the cell, she didn't know who she was at first, but they was just popping shit back and forth. And she was like, "You don't know who I am?" And she was like, "I'm Catherine Cryer." And once she said that, it clicked to her who she was. She was a relative of the little girl that died. And once she found that out, that's when she decided to kill her. It wasn't that nobody sent her. She found out
No.
They placed her there on purpose.
Somebody did send her because remember, Catherine's supposed to be having a cell by herself, and then they said purposely put her in the cell with her. So
they placed her there on purpose.
I thought they placed her there on purpose just because, like, not that somebody sent her, but I just got that like you know what I'm saying, like. Previously, she was able to buy her way out of everything in the town. Like, she owned shit, but the tide is changing. No. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm going to go back and watch it anyway, because now y'all got me watching a lot of stuff.
That's what I said. But I know it was somebody
said. Oh, they said Veronica's bodyguard set it up on the phone in his car.
Oh, okay. Because I know somebody sent her in there.
Oh, yeah. They're saying Veronica set it up. That makes sense because Veronica didn't want her to tell on her.
That money back. Because Veronica didn't want to pay that money back. So her loan was due.
And then I'm gonna jump back in the chat and hear what y'all have to say. What do y'all think about the fact that the dude that Veronica paid, right? Mm-hmm. When he got back in the car and was talking to the other dude, how about the fact that the other dude took the money to kill Veronica and they went right back around the corner and shot her ass in the driveway? They took double money. That just goes to show. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave, and SoDebNair, I know you're gonna feel this. You can't trust nobody. It be the niggas you sitting with that be setting you up all the damn time. And I'm gonna leave on that.
Yep, that's true. They said Veronica made that call to somebody and asked him to have his girlfriend put it in there with Catherine. Yes, it was Veronica. It was Veronica. I remember that. Okay. Thank you to be Black Native. Thank you, Oval comedian and SoDebNair. God bless. Mm-hmm. Jim asked to place someone in the cell. It wasn't Jim. It was Veronica. I knew that was Jim. It was Veronica.
I know what somebody asked for that.
Because Jim didn't want her killed.
Mm-hmm. Veronica didn't want to pay that money back because her loan was due.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Catherine was trying to blame the death of that attorney on her.
Yep. But when she went and asked for some more time, and then she needed to find that paperwork, and then Hannah got in that scuffle. And that was so tacky the way that ended that, because you didn't show how that scuffle ended. Ain't nobody gonna just sit there and y'all both look good after y'all finished been fighting and saying everything okay. Come on now, really? You could have did it. Somebody had to break them up, because ain't nobody was supposed to stop fighting. Hannah and what's her name? The tall one that was talking to Miss. The one that you said came back around, Veronica. When Hannah and Veronica had that fight, in the bedroom,
It's so much happened before this episode. I can't remember what happened before tonight's episode.
They had that
I remember
fight.
them fighting.
Because you remember that Veronica was looking for paperwork in Catherine's bedroom, and then Hannah said, "You're not gonna."
Oh yes, Hannah and
Veronica.
Hannah, yes. I remember that.
When Jim and David came, and then on the porch, and they was like, what happened? What happened? And then they both looked nice. Come on, really? That ain't the way you're gonna break up.
Okay. So I know what people are confusing this with. So Jim sent someone to kill Veronica, but who was the other guy?
But the person Veronica had hired the other guy. The other guy was watching everything. Yes.
To kill the guy who was trying to kill her for Jim.
Right.
So that's what y'all confusing with. So yes. So
then those two teamed up, and then those two guys teamed up.
Because on this episode, he got his money from Veronica for allegedly killing him.
Allegedly killing the guy that was supposed to be killing Veronica.
Yes. So they teamed up, and then they both went back and killed her.
Right.
So I get what y'all saying now. Yes, it was Jim. It was Jim who set that up. Actually, it was David and Jim who set that up.
Who set what part up?
Veronica's death.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I can see that part. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
No, this was on like the last 2 episodes because they were trying to take Veronica out.
Yeah, because remember David was like, that's it for her, because David was already, that, but David already knew. David we all together now.
We all together now.
Yeah, David, but that other guy was already Jim had paid him to kill Veronica. Okay, because David said he don't care what happened to her anymore. Remember?
Because I thought that Jim was trying to kill her so he can get Catherine out of jail.
I don't know why he was just trying to kill her because he thought that she was going to turn on all of them and turn them all in. I thought
because of Catherine, because she killed that attorney.
Yeah.
So that's why he was doing that, because he wanted to get Catherine out of jail, even though he hated her. How the two of them going to fight and nobody wig come off?
Huh?
They said, how two of them gonna fight? Talking about what you was talking about when Veronica, the wig don't come off.
Yeah, neither one of them wig came off. I like, hey, when they went to prison that time, when Catherine and Veronica went to prison, jail that time, that stuff. Now that was some real life stuff right there. You got a girdle on, you got a wig on. That was funny as all of those.
Jim was trying to scare Catherine. No, he wasn't trying to scare Catherine. It was Veronica, because she was trying to stop the person who was trying to kill her, because Jim was trying to kill her. That's true. That is very true. That's what happened. And Hannah had the church lady is alive with all the money and won't spend a dime. And she's trying to stop them from giving her money back.
Hallelujah.
It was so like they could have planned so much better to kill Veronica, because Veronica was so strategic on everything that she did. She walked to the house and they shot her. I'm like, okay, no. The man even warned her before she walked out the house and said, "There's a lot of people after you." And they were just like, "Oh no, girl! When you walk in the house, boom, 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 boom," and it was over. It was weak. Is David dead? Remember, he left the house. No, David was sitting there. David walked up to the couch with Wyatt and the boyfriend. And when the guy, the police officer who committed suicide's brother came, he hit that button and killed them all at the same time. They were all standing by the couch together when Jeffrey opened that box.
Oh, wow.
You live what you die by. Jim tried to cover up Wyatt's hit and run. Jeffrey was addicted to abuse relationships. Sadly, Catherine was her pride. Veronica's coyness. David helping the wrong people. I can actually agree with that. I can agree with that. Jeffrey should have died, and Madison shouldn't have died. I don't think they should have died either. They had been Jeffrey had been through enough. Death was the last thing that
Jeffrey didn't do anything for that. I mean, it was always a weak storyline anyway, that he was so scared of the police officer. You could see he had a problem. You're supposed to cut that off a long time ago. Come on, really?
And Destiny ATK is they kidnapped Candace so many times, she could have been dead. So now all of a sudden y'all kidnap her and she's dead. Like, it just didn't make sense. Child, I feel like I need to see Veronica be blown up.
I believe it was something with a contract. I believe that's why he cut it all, cut it all off like that.
But he could have ended it very differently, just in case he wanted to see it again, because Candace was kidnapped so many times. The Malones kidnapped her before Jim tortured her in the basement, and then she got revenge.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said this. I gotta watch it. Like I said, it don't make no sense to me, because simple fact is, she tortured Jim. So ain't no way Jim just didn't want her to be tortured too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like all of a sudden they just drag you up the steps and you drown her, and that's it. It doesn't make sense.
And you want the money so bad because you ain't got no money from nowhere else, because Catherine won't give you no money.
They made it seem like he didn't want the money anymore because Wyatt was dead. So now because Wyatt's dead, now you die.
Oh.
But Amanda had already died though.
Okay, yeah.
So you didn't care about Amanda dying?
Well, he blamed Candace too for Amanda dying at first, remember?
But he killed her off of the strength of Wyatt.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because she had Wyatt's money. So you didn't care about Amanda dying? Because didn't she have Amanda's money too?
No, she didn't have Amanda's money, but she was making Amanda demand her money from her parents.
And she was giving it to Candace, right?
I thought she was getting it to that boyfriend.
Oh, Q, who was Candace's baby's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
We going way. Look, we going way back.
It's so far back, but it makes sense. I wanted Candace and Mitch to step together, and the baby would be between Charles and Mitch Part Malone. That would have been amazing. Because of Candace's background and because of Mitch being a part of that would have been amazing. Tyler fucked up. I can't even. I'm sorry for saying the F word, but he messed up.
I mean, but would it be interesting if all of a sudden Candace, was alive and and she was like disabled, and they saved the baby. The baby was saved. They got the baby out, but Candace was disabled.
But she wasn't that far along though.
It don't matter though. The incubator. I'm just making up stuff. Let me stop making up stuff. Let me go. I'm gonna go. I didn't say it talk long, and I plan on. I'm gonna get.
I just can't see them coming back with a different cast though. Mitch was laying in the bed. Candace gave Q up to the Malones. Candace also helped them kill the other guy too.
Yeah,
that the Malones wanted. And that's why Mama Rose owed her a favor. But because Mama Rose had retired her, I don't see the mob being like, oh, because one of us is retired, now we can't honor your wish. Like, it didn't make sense to me.
Vinny was still answering to Mama Rose. I mean, anyway, we making up stuff. We helping him make up another storyline.
What if Vinny never woke her up, and she's still in the bed dreaming, and none of this ever happened? Yeah, we are coming up with different storylines. But I think at the end of the day, this is what I want to say. I feel like it was terrible how Tyler Perry ended the show.
Right. Okay. It sounds like
it was called The Have and the Have Nots. To me, there were the haves that Hannah and everybody else and her family did not have.
So why
not just flip it? Why not flip it where the have nots had at the end? It would have made more sense because of the title of the show. But now nobody has or have not, because at the end Hannah has or has not nothing. She lost everything. Owns.
You lost everything for the love of money. That could be,
But Hannah didn't. But Hannah never wanted the money, so she didn't.
No, not Hannah. I'm just saying Hannah lost everything for the love of money.
Yeah,
she was a knot. She was a knot. But she didn't get it all. She didn't get it all a good way. That's what I'm saying. She was a knot, and she didn't get all the money a good way. You understand what I'm saying?
But I feel like if Candace would have stayed alive, then it would have made sense for the have of the have nots. Because Candace was the half who did not have not, and then she had. So it made sense. Hannah ending up being the only person alive, it doesn't make sense. Because Hannah didn't want any of it. She wanted to work to just make sure she had a place to live.
Right.
And her kids to be good. The have and has not never applied to her at all. If Candace would have walked out with not having anything but having everything, it would have been like, okay, I get the name of the show. And she probably would not even really cared as much about everybody dying. Hannah,
but then
if
that's
this
just
is
say
a real,
so. That's just a say so. People say the have and the have nots. You know, the wannabes and the people who think that, you know what I'm saying? The wannabes people think they are, you know, so
but
it's
hear
just a
this,
little slang terminology.
even if Hannah has everything now, she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have anything because
Right.
she lost everything to have.
Mm-hmm.
And she never wanted to have. So it
Right.
just didn't make sense. Like Tyler could have thought this process through. We could be like, I get why Candace was the have and have nots.
Mm-hmm.
I could even get why Benny was the have and have not.
Mm-hmm.
But Hannah, if this was a real storyline, I don't see Hannah lasting more than 3 weeks in real life.
I got you.
Because not only did she love her children,
Mm-hmm.
she loved her boss who gave
Right.
her everything.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that to deal with?
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
She loved Catherine.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's true.
She actually put Catherine before her children multiple times because Catherine helped her with her children.
Right.
So not only did you bring my son back to life, not only did my daughter change, but now I have all of your money. My daughter had your money, so I'm about to inherit that from your son, who's now dead. I've inherited all this, and I don't have anybody.
Yeah, that's kind of yucky. Yeah.
That's not the have and have nots.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You got a point there.
So I wish he would have at least gave us a real narrative at the end, like why the show was called this.
Yeah, but we the one that's helping her with a narrative to everything, because what he did was just mind-boggling. What she liked to do anyway is mind-boggling stuff. But you know, but you should have, like you said, you should have ended in better. That's simple as that. Simple as that.
And D, I will say this. D says, "Oh no, God will save Hannah. She will put her hands in God and survive." It's not even about that. You understand what it's like to understand to lose both of your children.
That's right.
You lost your boss who gave you a life you didn't have.
And your grandchild, your only grandchild.
And your grandchild. And now you have inherited all this money at the cost of everybody's life. That I would never be able to sit comfortable with that. So Jeffrey and his father died from the blow up. I was confused on that. Yeah, they died. And Madison. Did y'all peep that Hannah and Catherine are the same characters from the family that prays? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Did you know that? I didn't realize that. I did not know that.
Yeah, but Tyler Perry used a lot of the same people for a lot of his stuff.
He does.
So you know, he's a lot of the same people.
Honey got the money from a new grandbaby, and this whole time all she wanted was her grandbaby because Candace told her he had died, and then he really did die. I don't know what that's about.
Well, yeah, that's so far back. Yeah.
Yeah, then began storylines in the beginning of this season to not that's what I'm saying. And I so agree with this. I think it's Kesh. To complete them in the end, pointless characters and plots that had nothing to do with the ending. And they had president-elect guy who just didn't show up at the end. Like, he should have saved Candace. Star Alexander, I thought the same thing. I thought Tyler was going to switch it up and have the have and the have nots at the end. It would have made so much sense. And it would have been like, okay, Tyler, I gave it you. Cue the guy, just heard new grandbaby, a new chance at a new start. How can she look at that grandbaby and not think about Benny?
But you know what? So SoDebNair, I'd be glad that you said it's going to be a reunion or something.
Yeah, they're gonna do a 2-part reunion.
Okay, I'm gonna say I just can't wait to hear Tyler Perry's reasoning for ending it this way. I just want to get a benefit of that. I just want to hear his reasoning for ending things this way. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Because I would love to understand why. Because I'm like, don't just. We're here together. I want to read something more of the comments. Hannah, the greed of money is cost her everything. I guess she stayed humble and she didn't even know about Catherine's death and it's blood money. Oh, and the Cardi voice. Oh, it's blood money. Cardi's voice. Okay, but I don't think that she had blood. I don't think she had the greed of money. She wanted them to get that money back so bad to save her family. Right. So Deb, Val, and myself will keep Tyler and make him rewrite the ending like in Misery with Katie Bates. I know that is.
Okay.
Candace did not have to die. She didn't. The grandbaby would have gave Hannah new hope because Candace and Benny kept getting into trouble, putting family at risk, giving the sense Hannah knew his death ending was her warning for her kids, and it would have gave her new life because of the other grandbaby who died. Wyatt tried to blame Candace to deflect from himself killing Amanda. I thought Amanda killed herself.
No, Amanda did kill herself, but they still blamed Candace because like Candace was trying to help her get out to live her own life, and then when they made her come back home and all that stuff, and then she like kind of lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of feel like she lost it, and she's like she wanted to kill her parents. Remember how they kept going to room who she's gonna kill, and she ended up killing herself. Yeah, the whole thing was crazy. Okay.
And Tyree Smith, this is my most damaging thing. Imagine Hannah going home and calling Benny and realizing that Benny's dead too. Like it's devastating.
Yeah.
She got another grandchild with Benny, but Benny is dead and she doesn't even know. At the Ghetto Cook Show, Hannah equals Andrew Woodward and Catherine is Katie Bates. She still has the new grandchild, Benny's son, but she doesn't know Benny is dead, and she knows that Candace is dead. She doesn't even know that Catherine is dead.
Yeah, that's true.
All these deaths at the same time. This is going to cause mental trauma.
That's why we got to wait for the finale to see what he said.
Well, this was the finale. We gotta.
I'm sorry. Reunion. The reunion. You gotta wait for the reunion to see exactly how Tyler Perry wants to pull this together and explain this.
Because I want to know why Tyler Perry feels like this is not traumatizing Black people. The grandbaby would give Hannah new hope because Candace and Benny kept getting into trouble, putting family at risk, giving the sense Hannah knew his death ending was her warning for her kids. Hannah didn't know that though. I don't
know about that because remember with Candace baby. I mean, for the whole bathroom to get shot up and Hannah don't even get one bullet, no scraping or nothing. That was already fake enough for me. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Or the baby's mom, and the baby's mom and the baby just showed up on that episode. So I can see that, but also she doesn't know Benny's dead. So learning that my daughter died, my son is dead. I lost my grandchild. My only left sibling is my grandson. Benny doesn't even have time to take a paternity test. Now I don't know if they can do that when they're dead or not. Can they?
Yeah. They can too because of Hannah. They get they get DNA from her.
So at least she has that. But even Catherine, who has been by her side, who has given her everything, these are a lot of hits at the same time. That's hard. So I don't expect Hannah to. I mean, for Hannah to bounce back immediately, like, oh well, everybody's dead, and I got a grandson.
Right.
That's hard to deal with.
Right.
So I'm not putting that to the side like, oh well, but I have a grandson. No, my grandson's dad is dead, literally, and I didn't even know.
Right.
Hannah doesn't know about Benny's dead. Right. We talked about this. I didn't understand why Vinny wouldn't call Mama Rose. Mama Rose had retired, so he didn't call her because of that. If Candace survived,
remember his uncle, whatever he is, took his phone. Remember that?
No, they're talking about Vinny's friend. His name wasn't Vinny. Vinny was the guy who took over because Mama Rose retired.
I'm talking Vinny's friend, the one that was in love with Candace. You didn't talk about that?
His name wasn't Vinny.
No, I didn't say his name was Vinny. Vinny was the uncle that was in charge that told. But
what was Candace's friend? What was that friend name?
Mitch. You talking Mitch?
So he told Mitch, and he told Candace, Mama Rose is retired. So he's taking. Vinny told them this.
Right, that's true.
Which is why Vinny was able to get beat up on behalf of Benny.
Mitch. No, Mitch was able to get beat up.
Yeah, beat up over the strength of Benny. And also why they turned Candace over to the mob because of the crier man. Right.
Because this is why he did it. Because Mama
Rose retired.
No, not just because of that. because Mitch had kept part of the money that
No, Mitch didn't keep none of that money. He gave it to them. He gave it to them. He tricked Jim into giving the money to him to give to them, so that they felt like that Benny had paid them.
Right, but he kept 25,000 of it. Remember, did he? Yes. Remember that what was his name? What's Catherine's husband's name?
Jim.
Okay, Jim. Jim gave him 75,000. He only gave his family 50,000. So that's why.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's he kept 25,000. That's why the family was that's why his brother was saying the family's mad at you and you lied, you lied because he kept part of the money.
I thought they were saying that he lied because he lied to Jim saying they were protecting Benny.
No, not just that part too. He kept part of the money, and that's when Jim finally told him, "What do you mean? I paid you guys out. I paid you 75,000." He said, "No, you paid 50." He go, "No, I paid 75. You need to ask your nephew." And that's how that all started with that, to find out that he had kept some of the money.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He kept the money. See, Mitch kept 25,000.
Everybody's saying that too.
Yeah, and then Mitch paid his uncle Benny to pay off the loan that Benny had got. Because that's how he got the money to pay back Benny's loan. I wanted to see, how did she get that long ass rope? It didn't make any sense, but it's Tyler Perry, so yeah. But that's how he paid back Benny's loan to his family. Is he stole the money? Is he kept part of the money that Jim Choir had gave him?
So if Mitch was trying to help him, why didn't he just offer the money up?
Mitch had paid for Benny to walk away without getting killed.
But I'm saying, if Mitch kept money. Mm-hmm. If they were so mad at them, why didn't Mitch offer the money that he had if he was Benny's friend?
Mitch did give it to Benny. He gave it to pay back Benny's loan.
I'm saying y'all said that he kept $25,000, right?
He took 25,000.
But why didn't he offer that to his family to save Benny?
He did. He gave it to his family.
For Benny.
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, I knew that.
Yeah, he got it from Jim Choir. And Jim Choir
okay.
Yeah, but Jim Choir thinking he's paying for his son's safety. He paying 75,000 for his son's safety when really he only paid 50,000 because the other 25,000 Mitch said it came from Benny to pay back Benny's loan.
So why did So Jim owed them more money than what Benny owed them?
No. What happened was that Mitch had increased the payoff to 75,000, which his family only wanted 50. Why
did they want that money from Jim though?
Because his son Wyatt had owed his.
Wyatt, yes.
Family.
Okay, yes. Okay, makes sense.
Right. Yeah, Wyatt owed them money. Okay. Yeah. So he didn't keep it.
He gave it to them on behalf of Benny.
He gave. Yeah, but he split it up to how he wanted to pay it because you know what I'm saying he lied to his family how much money that Jim Choir had gave him.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I knew that, but I thought you were saying that he kept it for himself, but he gave it to them for Benny. Right. And then he lied. And then he lied to them and said that he lied to Jim and said that they have they're protecting Benny.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which they were protecting to a certain degree, but he made it they was protecting Benny. They was protecting Candace. They was not protecting Benny.
But they really wasn't protecting her because once Mama Rose was done, then they said fuck it.
Well, that's because all the lie that Mitch had started with the money.
But he also paid them the money, so they should have been good.
Yeah, but the thing was the whole thing was it didn't really come from Benny. See, that's what I'm saying. The money didn't really come from Benny, so that's what the family was mad
for. So they
from.
wanted the money to actually come from Benny and not from him tricking Jim.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't understand that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, y'all got y'all's money back. What was the gripe against Benny? But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
it didn't come from family, the name he did without permission. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good question, Todd. Thanks for okay. I figured that, but the woman acted like she didn't know at first, then was like, oh, I guess that's why they put me in the cell with you. Yeah, because she didn't know at first. And if Kathy would have shut her mouth,
That's why I said I gotta watch that over. I gotta watch that part over.
Yeah, if Catherine would shut her mouth and stop being like, "Oh, this is my cell, and you can't be in here," and she was like, "You don't know who I am," the lady, that girl would have never known who she was. But then she also put up a rope out of nowhere, and I'm like, none of this makes sense. And I'm like, please save Catherine.
Wow. Well, child, let me wrap this up. It's been so nice hanging out with you and going on.
I'm gonna wrap this up too.
You got my mind.
Tell them where they can find you.
Huh? You can find me on all aspects on the internet on Oval Comedian. My YouTube page is the same thing. It's OH and then VAL Comedian. Instagram, same thing. Oval Comedian, OH_VAL_ Comedian. And hang out with me, have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? I give a little jokey jokes here and there. And most thing I want you to remember is I'm a comedian. It's just jokes. If you're a serious person, every word I say you're gonna take serious, this is not gonna be the page for you. Boom.
Yeah. I appreciate you for joining my live tonight. And
Love
I enjoyed you.
So.
Love you too.
All right. All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, babe.
You mentioned reunion spin off to the live, and I'm not surprised I'm not dead. Yeah, they're doing their 2-part reunion. The guy Veronica Page and Jim's Goon got together and killed Veronica. Yeah, we talked about this stuff already. Okay, guys, it's been 2 hours, so I do want to get off here because I want to go to sleep. I haven't slept in 2 days. I'm tired. So let me go ahead and do my spill. I didn't actually read a lot of you guys' comments because a lot of people started responding, and I realized I can't do everybody's stuff because I tried to start at the beginning before the live started and read everything down, but it was so many comments. I'm gonna work with my mods on how to do the comments. But I so appreciate you guys for joining me today because I really wanted to talk about this. I know people don't watch this a lot. So I so appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. If you guys want to join my tribe, please stand by my side and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done that. Turn on notifications and make sure you turn them on all. Like this video. Comment below if you are tuning in late. I'm glad that you guys did on the live. And I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you, my mods, for